Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Oh snap! I was not expecting this at all, but we got some news on CCIV to cover, and it is juicy news. It is better news than expected, which is surprising because there was potentially going to be good news, and then there would be potentially really bad news. So I was thinking, okay, we either got really bad news and we're all screwed, or we'll have good news that we're expecting, but we actually got better news than expected, and it requires a little bit of explanation. First, it's helpful to recognize that Lucid stock had a little bit of a sell-off today, a little soft today. The thing was down like 5% out throughout the day. Maybe down 3%, sometimes down 6-7%. It's not the best, but that's okay. We had a big 30% run on Friday. Well, friends, we're printing tendies again today. The stock is up 30% right now. Boom! Look at the tendies. $52 a share. This is crazy, 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 crazy. And I just tweeted out, too, that this valuation came in better than expected. This is such good freaking news for CCIV and the Lucid Motors partnership. I mean, if I weren't on camera right now, I'd be jumping up and down. Like, this is so good. And I don't like doing this, looking at the tendies, but we got to respect the tendies right now. And then I want to explain what the heck is going on because, whoo, there's some stuff going on here. Okay, so and I got to break down why a lower valuation is a good thing too. So we got to talk about that too. Okay, great. First, I got to write this. Here on the stock alerts from Kevin on buys and sells. Okay, sorry, I had to post that. I had to put the little thing that says get 30% off using code HODL on my courses, including the stock alert. Sorry, I had to get that out of the way. I forgot, I wasn't prepared. Okay, here we go. Now I'm prepared. Folks, the tendies. The tendies, here they are. Holy crap. Oh my God. The $503,000 into CCIV right now is sitting at 1.26 mil. It is up 755 right now. Holy crap. Okay, now we're gonna put that away. I gotta put that away. That's crazy. Okay, so what the heck is going on? Why is this happening? Why is CCIV booming? Well, let's go to the terminal. This has been suspended for trading like 2 or 3 times now in the last like 20 minutes here. Let's go over to the Bloomberg terminal and figure out what's going on. So here you go, folks. Lucid Motors nears deal to merge with CCIV. The rumors getting confirmation. This is what we've been waiting for. But it's not just that. It's this right here. The deal is close to a deal to go public at a valuation of approximately $12 billion. That's a mic drop. And that's a mic drop because let me see if I can pull up the, it was January 11th. On January 11th, Bloomberg. So Bloomberg, January 11th, Lucid, CCIV. Let's see if we can pull it up. There it is. Okay, I got it. Oh, perfect. Google worked on us. So take a look at this. This was the original rumor. Lucid Motors in talks to list via Michael Klein's SPAC. Okay, SPAC transaction could be valued up to $15 billion. This is really, really important. The valuation matters. This weekend, I did a video and I said, I'm concerned that one of our downside risks is the valuation comes in higher than expected. Here's the easiest way to understand this. So I'm going to like skip a few steps here and it'll make more sense the way I'm going to explain this. The easiest way to understand the SPAC merger between CCIV and Lucid Motors is to jump on over to this right here and say, let's say the estimated valuation is $15 billion for Lucid. This is really important because it's not CCIV. If you Google market cap of CCIV, wrong. You're doing it wrong because CCIV is only going to get a part of Lucid. The founders are going to have shares. The employees are going to have shares. CCIV market cap does not equal Lucid market cap. But the valuation of Lucid matters because we want the valuation of Lucid to be as low as possible because the lower it is on paper, the more potential it has in the future. And so $15 billion is what they originally said. And here's what we've got. $15 billion. Okay, $15 billion valuation. That's originally what we had right here. It's on the Bloomberg, and it's a rumor. It was a rumor, and they did say up to 15 bill, but that's what we went with. Transaction could be valued up to $15 billion. The people said, asking not to be identified because the matter is private, blah, blah, blee, blue, whatever. Who cares? Okay, here's how you have to place that into the world of other companies. You look at what CCIV's closing price was around February 12th. That could have been the after hours price. It doesn't really matter. It was $39. So at $39, what you want to do is say, okay, at $39, CCIV is valued at, well, look at it here. To understand this, let me back up one step. CCIV is valuing Lucid, old school data, at $15 billion at $10 a share. So in other words, at $20 per share, the company is worth $30 billion, right? It's just simple math. At $30 per share, the company is worth $45 billion. Should be following that. As long as you understand that, you'll understand that all I did on this spreadsheet here is use that same math and divide it out. So in other words, here we go. $30. Oops, that's not a highlighter. There we go. $30 right here, 45 bill. That's what we said. If the stock is trading for $39, that values them around $59 billion. Well, now you can put other companies. Okay, Xpeng is worth 37 bill. You've got GM at 77 bill, NEO at 94 bill, Tesla at 811 bill. I said that a crazy market cap for this company would be 120, no sales, nothing, right? That would be bad. Etsy's worth 29 bill. Why I put Etsy on there, I don't know. They have nothing to do with autos, but I did. So anyway, gives you a little bit of an idea of value. I had a concern, though, that they might go up to 20. That because they saw so much heat or so much enthusiasm for the stock, that instead of being worth, go back here for a second, instead of being worth at $39 with that 15 bill valuation, they'd be worth 59 billion. I was worried that they were going to announce this partnership and they were going to say, we're coming out with a $20 billion valuation. Because I thought they were going to see, oh my God, there's so much appetite on the market. Let's raise some more money. The higher the valuation up front, the more of a premium the people over at Lucid get, the more capital they can raise. So I thought they would go up. And if they went up, that would mean at $39, it's not a $59 billion company. It's actually almost an $80 billion company, which is like, oh God, no. Like we're getting to crazy numbers here. Like that, no, right? We're going too high, too fast. Well, what they actually announced, and this is where the money is, folks. They actually announced a $12 billion. This is still potential, but they announced a $12 billion valuation. They went down. They went with a smaller number. Yes, that is really, really good. Because look, all of these numbers adjusted, that means at $39, CCIV is a $47 billion company. Now, obviously, now the thing is trading for $50. So here we go at $50. It's a $60 billion company. Which what's funny is that $60 billion right here at $50, it's still valued at $60 billion, right? The market thought, oh, we're going to be at 15 billion. Go back to 15 right here. 15. Look at that. The closing price of 39 was literally the same market cap, 60 bill. So there you go. That $10 increase in price is literally the difference that they announced right there, that bomb they dropped. And the opposite would have happened if they went with a higher valuation. So they literally just walked in with a platter of tendies. Here you go, folks. Freshly baked chicken tendies or fried, however you like them. You get them. You get your tendies today. Let's read the news now because I haven't gone deep into this yet. We're going to do this together because we're doing it live. Wow, man. Whew. Okay, let's get into this because wow. Lucid Motors is getting close to a deal to go public at a valuation of approximately 12 bill. So it's not confirmed yet, right? They said approximately 12. So if it's 12.5, stock price gets hurt, right? If it's 11.5, stock goes up. It's just a teeter-totter, okay? Okay. Churchill Capital 4 initiated talks with investors to raise over $1 billion by selling shares in PIPE transaction, private investment into, private equity, public investment in private equity, I think it is what it stands for. It doesn't matter what it stands for. Lucid and Michael Klein. Oh, that's big. Lucid and Michael Klein agreed on the key terms of the deal. So they basically already have a verbal deal. Deal could be announced early as this month. Dude, they basically just announced it. So it's not formal yet, but they have a verbal deal. So this is kind of like, hey, yo, buyer, you got the deal on the house. I'm just waiting for the seller to sign. So it's just verbal, but they said they're going with your offer. Like, that's exciting. So it could still fall apart, and then the stock collapses from $51 to $13. That would suck. That'd be pretty bad. But anyway, Churchill Capital declined to comment. Lucid did not immediately respond. Lucid Motor, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so nothing else here. Now, interestingly, the Lucid CEO, and I was on an interview call while this was happening, but I always have my TV on because you never know. And the Lucid CEO was actually on CNBC this morning. And so what I want to do is see if we can get that footage. Usually they upload within like 20 minutes. So my goal is to see if we can find that. If somebody has a link, I would love to see that. But I'm going to look for here. This is where I'm looking. It wasn't 4 hours ago. It would have been within like the last couple hours here. No, I really want to see that interview. Facebook ARM, strategist, NASA, winter storm. Yeah, I feel bad for y'all. No, okay, it's not up yet. Stay tuned. This is going to update with that soon. Okay, he was like, oh, it's Fox. You're right. I had Fox Business up. You're right. Thank you. Fox Business. I don't think they publish as fast, though. That sucks. Yeah, see, they don't publish as fast. Dang it. You're right. I had Fox up. Man. Okay. Well, we'll see it eventually. Who knows? Maybe I could do Fox Business Lucid CEO because he was on. Oh, got it. Yes, thank you. Whoever called that out. Let's listen to it right now. Let's see what bombs he dropped in this. Oh, crap. Hold on. I do not. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 sec. I got to put this on my iPad because we don't have sound on this darn thing yet. This is what happens when I get angry and I rip down all the cables in my office and I'm like, I'm rebuilding everything to make it better. Just end up screwing stuff up. Things do end up getting better, but sometimes you mess things up in the meantime. So, okay, cool. Get this link to come up. All right, here we go. Okay. So, here we go. Okay, now I need volume and Kevin. Okay, we got Kevin. Let's go to that camera and let's get some volume. This one. Nope. This one.
He who is good for
commercial. Hold on. We will listen to the CEO after this fancy commercial of whateverness. I have no idea what this is. What's SOLCF? Is that something new that just got announced or something like that? SOLCF. I haven't heard of this yet. Y'all so fast. It's up 18% today. Is that another SPAC merger? I want to listen to this ad, but this Verizon thing is going forever. Here we go. Come on.
You've been hearing a lot, meanwhile, about the big push for electric cars and how Volvo plans to have its Ford, GM also beefing up their commitment to this. So it's not just Tesla's world and not just this next gentleman's world, although he is getting Tesla scare with some cars that are getting noticed and getting notoriety. Peter Rawlinson is the Lucid Motors CEO and Chief Technology Officer there. Peter, very good to have you back. Thank you for coming.
Good morning, Neil.
How are things looking on your front? Everyone seems to say that now that some of the big the big companies, the establishment car companies are saying we're going this route too, that it's going to pressure guys like you and pressure even the Elon Musks. What do you say to them?
Well, they've been saying that for years, haven't they? There's going to be a big push from the traditional car companies that are going to pressurize Tesla. Tesla's years ahead of them. They're in a preeminent position. And only this week, Jaguar announced that they've cancelled their electric XJ program. Quickly, are they?
No, that's a very good point. Could I ask you this, though, Peter? Not everyone's on the same page or the standard that for these vehicles. I liken it. I'm old enough to remember the battle between Beta and VHS in the late 70s, early 80s, where they couldn't agree on a standard. And I'm wondering if that's the problem with proprietary technology for battery charging stations and the rest, that we could have a variety of formats out there. Where is that going?
Well, that's a very interesting point, Neil. Lucid Motors has partnered with Electrify America to access its 1,000 volt charging infrastructure, which is growing rapidly. And we're on the open standard, the CCS combo standard, which is the open standard for the USA. We share that with so many other automakers. And it's a very interesting point, actually, because I applaud Tesla for rolling out their fast charging network, their supercharge network. But in a sense,
I'm going to make a pause here just to comment. So you could look up Electrify America. That is the company they're partnering with. Obviously, he just mentioned it. Electrify America actually potentially has faster fast chargers than the Tesla fast chargers, the version 3s. These Electrify America superchargers operate at like a 350 kilowatt per hour system. The fastest Tesla ones are more like the 250 system. Interesting, but not as vertically integrated, right? Something to keep in mind. Let's keep going. Oh, there we go. Come on.
That is almost an isolated network because it's a 400 volt system, and we know that the cars of the future are going to be ultra high voltage. Lucid Air behind me, and I'm here in our Beverly Hills studios, is launching. We're launching at over 900 volts. The next generation electric cars.
Let me quickly just explain that. Very, very simple explanation. The higher the voltage, the thinner the cable you need, and potentially, they argue, the more efficiency you have. Now, I'm not an electrical engineer, but the analogy that I like to give is, think about, why is it when you go to charge like a 12 volt battery or you go to jump somebody's car, you got to have a lot of amperage, and to jump the car, you need these fat cables. I mean, they're huge. They make it feel like you're trying to like electrocute somebody. There's huge cables. You go to a 900 volt system, you could probably use these tiny little dart cables and have a similar amperage flowing through them. And so they're making the argument that, hey, higher voltage, more potential efficiency, smaller systems, better cooling, so on and so forth. So they're taking a big stance that high voltage is the way to go. Tesla is, I think, like you said, somewhere in that 400 range. How much it actually matters remains to be seen. This could just be a fancy marketing claim. Let's keep going. God, come on, man. I hit the space button and nothing happens.
Are going to be 900 volts. So, with a supercharged network from Tesla at 400 volts, it's going to be an interesting future.
Where are we on charging? It takes a long time to charge a typical battery, depending on the vehicle maker. I'm not quite sure yours. But if we sped that up, leaving aside the more mileage you get on the charge these days, that could be a big game changer as well, right?
Absolutely. And that's a function of many things. It's a function of cell chemistry. It's a function of the voltage architecture of the vehicle. But it's also, surprisingly, a function of miles I can go per kilowatt hour. Because what really matters to the customer is the speed in terms of how many miles of charge I can accrue for a given stop time. not the amount of energy that's going into the car. And because Lucid Air is extraordinarily efficient, we can get nearly 300 miles charge in 20 minutes, which is quite extraordinary. The other thing is we have an onboard charger for level 2 charging at home rated at 19.2 kilowatts. And that gives us close to 90 miles charge per hour at peak conditions at a home charging station. This is a game changer.
It is, to put it mildly. That's amazing, because that does open it up to a wider group of people who might be doubters right now. We'll see where all this goes. Peter, very good catching up with you. Peter Rowlandson, Lucid.
Okay, I mean, so he basically reiterated a lot of the sort of arguments, the marketing pitches that Lucid comes out with. No real new information there, worth listening to in case you haven't listened to it before. So how is the market cap valued? Is it Lucid's market cap plus CCIV? No. So here's, let me just think of a quick example here. The easiest, oh, my kids stole my whiteboard. Okay. How dare they? It's a very good question. It's worth looking at before we look at the sticks again. Fine. I'll use the stupid iPad. So let's just make a quick example here. And I think this will make the most sense of it. So let's say you have, you have a company here and it's divided into 100 shares. Okay. So say this is 100 shares. And somebody comes in and says to you, hey, I want to buy 10 of your shares. Okay. I want to buy 10 of your shares. And I'm willing to pay $10 a piece for them. Okay. So you're going to buy 10 shares at $10 a piece. Well, that means all 100 of these shares are probably worth $10 a piece because they're all the same. So 10 times 100, that means this company's probably worth $1,000, even though you're only buying 100 shares. So here's the funny way that works. This is Lucid. This is the company, the total company. This over here is CCIV. So even if CCIV only gets 10% of all of the shares outstanding, the 100, they still set a value of Lucid based on what they pay for those shares. That's the easiest way to explain that. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, okay, let's go to the sticks. Tesla suits are stealing bandwidth? Oh gosh, I hope we don't have bandwidth issues. Refresh if you got issues. I hope. Why would we have issues? We shouldn't have issues. No, we're Ethernetted in. We got some Cat 7 rolling on this Mac Pro over here. But then again, it's a Mac. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, whatever. Let's just let's go over here. So, what do we got over here? So here are the sticks, boys and girls. The sticks. We're at 27% up. Obviously, we're going to here. Okay, here's something going old school with Cat 7. Come on, don't tell me you're beyond Cat 7 now. What are you, Cat 7A? You gonna go augmented on me? So after, okay, a couple things to note here. First of all, $50 is approximately the same as $40 for CCIV. The only thing that really changed there was the valuation between the two. That means technically right now, we don't even have a premium for the fact that they just announced that the merger is basically happening. Because remember, let me make that clear, because that's actually, this is a really, really important point. Okay. We just got news. We got two pieces of news. Our two pieces of news. So piece news number one, merger close, verbal deal. That's huge news right here. Okay. That's news piece number one. News piece number two is $12 billion valuation, which is 20% lower. 20% lower There we go. Right? Those are the two pieces of news here, right? And what we know is that this closed at $40 approximately on Friday at about a $60 billion valuation for Lucid. Now, the stock's at about $50, but because this was at 15 bill for Lucid at $10, Lucid at 10. If you're just now joining, that might be confusing. Then $50 with Lucid at 12 at $10 actually also equals approximately $60 billion. In other words, oh, I got to hide myself here for a second. In other words, we got the market adjusted to this. The market literally gave nothing to this verbal deal. Now, that could possibly mean that this was already priced in, that we basically already priced in that the merger was going to happen. But this $10 move is solely because of the valuation change. So we're really paying no premium right now for this merger basically being that much closer, like way much closer, right? That's kind of cool. So to me, that shifts everything about $10, right? That means instead of buying this company heavy for, let's see here, previously, let's adjust this. Let's do it together. Okay. So previously, my buy heavy was $25. That now has to be $35. So if this falls under 35, I'm loading the boat on this thing. Especially now, well, I'm going to add in, though, the premium of certainty here. So I'm going to give this at least an extra $5. So I'm going to say buy heavy is $40 because I'm putting a $5 premium in now that I have more certainty that this is not going to 12 again. It's not a guarantee, but the odds just went like from maybe 80% certain to like 97% certain. It's much higher. Right? No guarantees, obviously. I'm just some dude on YouTube. That's my buy heavy. And that probably means my buy nibble, small buys, used to be, it used to be like 32, which would mean 42. Wait. It was there? Yeah, buy nibble. Nah, I don't know. 47. It's a little high. I'll adjust that a little bit. I'll say I would nibble on this thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. $47. Yeah, somewhere around 45 to 47. Like that's not unreasonable to do some nibbling at, given that we have more certainty now, and we've had this valuation change. So that's exciting to me. So we'll see. What is it right now? It's at $52 right now. Is where the stock is trading for right now. So you pay a little bit of a premium over 47. What is that? 10%, whatever. In the grand scheme of things, I don't know that matters. So how do we play this? Well, let's go back over here. Okay, so how does this get played? I would not be shocked. Okay, so here's how this whole thing works. All right. So when you get news on a stock, it's kind of like taking a balloon and going, and then it slowly, right? And then every time you get a rumor, it goes up again, right? And it kind of slowly leaks out. I think there is a possibility that people will digest this news over the next hour and a half, and maybe tomorrow there'll be some more excitement on it, but it's also possible that tomorrow could be a red day, and until the merger is officially announced, which could be anytime within the next 2 weeks based on what they said, it's possible the stock could slowly trickle down. If this stock goes above 55, 60, I probably wouldn't buy more of it. I probably wouldn't sell unless for some reason it skyrocketed like over 100, and then I'd really have to analyze what the heck is going on. I think at that point, it's like that. Then it starts getting a little ridiculous. Quite frankly, $60 billion as a valuation for a company that has not sold a single car yet is a little ridiculous. Okay, they have a valuation that's substantially higher than Xpeng, but it's a US NEO essentially, which means more people are going to be comfortable with a US-based company. They got a factory in Arizona. Maybe they'll do 7,000 vehicles this year. Maybe they'll do 30,000 next year. Who knows? Maybe eventually they'll grow beyond that as long as their cars actually get adopted. They plan to start deliveries in June, July. Who knows? Is this actually going to be a, is this actually going to be a realistic expectation? So we'll see. For me, I wouldn't. I don't know. I think you have to make your own personal decision in terms of how you want to trade this based on the information that I've provided here. For me, this particular stock it's a hold. Again, unless it goes over at this point, like it's got to be like 90 or 100 for me to get out of this. I think it's good diversity in the EV portfolio. I do think it's the NEO of America. It's got the potential. Everything lines up. Yeah, there might be issues with Electrify America right now, but there were issues with the supercharger network too. Every supercharger station you go to, some of them are out of order. This whole electric vehicle space thing is such a developing thing. It's all honestly a disaster. So would I look, if you got big profits now, which you might have, does it make sense to sell? Sure. Look, if you have a better opportunity, sell. Go move on to something else. I don't necessarily have a better opportunity right now. I'm gonna stick with this. For me, this is a holder. I'm really excited about this stock, but I don't want to let euphoria go to my head either. So again, if this goes to an obscene valuation, I'm out. But we're not at obscene. We're at high, but we're at like expected high. Again, 60 bill is worth less than NEO, worth more than XPeng. Yeah, it hasn't delivered yet, but again, people are giving it a premium because it's an American company and people have home bias. There's no delisting risk, right? There is a risk this thing goes to 12 because maybe the merger doesn't happen, but that's the risk with all the SPACs. So now, what are you expecting to see happen here? I would also expect that once we get more details, news is going to come out that's going to say like, oh, what? CCIV is only getting like a 12% interest in Lucid or whatever. Super normal. Like almost all the SPACs are somewhere between 10 to 15% ownership. So super normal. The other shares are held by the company, held by employees, held by founders, and then there are lockup agreements and that. Sometimes news like that can deflate the stock value. It's not going to be uncommon for there to be some short seller lawsuits. So be prepared for that. You're going to see crap like CCIV gets sued for fraudulent misrepresentation or fiduciary duties. All this bull crap. It's just short sellers doing their crap again. So yeah, that's my POV. I'll nibble on this. I'm okay in that 45, 47 range because I'm a little high on margin right now. I might wait for this to go to $40 again. It doesn't matter to me, but it might not. So that's the only downside. We are going to have a lot of volatility though, and we're going to have a deflation of this news, right? This is the news euphoria. I want to give you a tip, okay? This is something that I tell my course members as well. I will even send alerts to my course members saying things like, do not buy right now, wait a little bit when there are like micro updates that I can provide. I did this with Matterport, for example. And what happens is, I want you to know this, like register this forever. When a stock goes like, there's super news and then they suspend it, the worst thing you can do is put a market order in and be the first sucker lining up to buy the thing when the suspension lifts. Because you're always going to be this dude right up here. Guy or girl, whatever, right? You're always going to be sitting up here after a suspension lifts. So keep that in mind. People get like euphoric during suspensions, unless it's plummeting. But obviously when there's good news and you're skyrocketing up, whatever end you're at. But for skyrocketing purposes, you're always the loser, generally, if you buy right after the suspension ends. I'd probably say that's like an 8 out of 10 likelihood. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, hey, let this thing deflate a little bit. Let it soften a little bit. I want this to go down. And look, I'm telling you this with my own money in this, my own skin in the game on this. Oh man, it was up to like 1350. That's crazy. So here's my position on this. With my own skin in the game, I want this to go down. I would be grateful for this to fall to under 40 because I'm going to be able to buy some more shares at a sick freaking deal. And I like sick deals. Yeah. So my thoughts. Okay. Any questions? CCIV above 50 again. Reset your internet after this. Oh, dear. By the room of solid news. Stop talking it down. So funny. No. It's healthy. Healthy. Unless you're day trading it. CCIV and NEO. This is the next Tesla. I don't think this is the next Tesla. I do think this is the next NEO. And we don't have the charted path yet for how number 2 is going to operate. So keep that in mind. Yeah, what's next? Stay tuned, stay tuned. Oh, look, sweet. OGI's up 10%. Heck yeah. All right, get back up. How are we doing here? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. What else here? We'll probably do a market close live stream too here. Somebody's saying SEGI. Trust me on this. I will write it down. SEGI. Cool. Yeah. No, it's not officially announced. Oh, let's go to the Bloomberg terminal. It's not official, but we do have an official, unofficial verbal deal for what that's worth. Hold on a second. I want to get the terminal up, but this is being funky. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Yeah. Look at this. Options volume rises. No, duh. Implied volatility just went through the roof. This is why somebody was saying do coverage. Resume trading. The Fly reported a story on them. Let's see what they had to say. Woo! It's exciting. I'm stoked on this. I didn't even need coffee anymore. Okay, what is this here? Okay. Okay. The merger would be bigger than. Why are they mentioning Fisker and Nikola? But that's fine. The merger would be bigger than that. That's fine. Churchill has initiated talks with investors to raise more than $1 billion by selling PIPE shares. The funds would be in addition to $2 billion Churchill raised in the IPO in July. They've agreed to the key terms of the deal. This is just reiterating what we read off the Reuters report. We got that like hot off the press. Thank you, Bloomberg Terminal. I mean, we saw the stock rise, and I was chatting with course members in the stock group, and people were like, Kevin, what does the terminal say? And we saw it right away. It was great. Love this thing. Let's just give it a refresh here. So, okay. No, nothing else new. Okay. Any last questions? People are holding at $50. Yeah. Okay. I woke up this morning and was like, go buy and hold BNGO. No, chill. Okay. Oh, if only you sold all your real estate and went in. Yeah, you gotta be careful doing the if onlys. Seriously, you'll put yourself into a world of misery. Tesla rebounding off CCIV. Really? Let's see. Yep. Yeah, terminal's not cheap, but I really like it. Okay, let's look at Tesla really quick. So Tesla. Yeah. I mean, Tesla did actually pull up off this news a little bit. You're right. Yeah. Nice little swing up there. Nice. Tesla posted a new video. Cool. I think I'll check that out. Anyway, that's it for CCIV. Thank you so much for being here. Check out the course link down below. Check out code HODL. The course you're looking for is Stocks and Psychology of Money. You could bundle it with the other ones as well, but the stocks one gives you the alerts. The other ones give you awesome knowledge as well. Thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate all of you, and we will see you